This is the Sultanate of Oman television with 7 o'clock news bulletin. First, the headlines. Sultanate expresses its condolences and sympathy towards Algeria on the victims of wildfires. The United States of America hails the Sultanate's role in solving the Yemeni crisis. 385 male and female citizens compete for a number of government job vacancies in the governorate of North Sharqiya. Thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. The Sultanate, in a statement by the Foreign Ministry, expressed its condolences and sympathy towards the government and people of the Democratic Republic of Algeria on the victims of wildfires witnessed by a number of wilayas. It also wished a speedy recovery for the injured. The United States lauded the central role that the Sultanate, led by His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq, undertaken to resolve the Yemeni crisis by bringing disputing factions to the negotiations table to help reach a peaceful solution and safeguard the stability of Yemen and the region at large. The U.S. Special Envoy to Yemen, Tim Lender King, said that the Sultanate is keen to reach an end to this crisis. Oman is working positively on this file with all parties. The United States and key countries in the region, represented by Oman and Saudi Arabia, are working to reach tangible solutions, said Lender King, who noted the parties' support for a ceasefire aimed to lend a gleam of hope to the Yemeni crisis. Within the framework of the directives of His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq to employ job seekers, a number of interviews and tests have been conducted by the Ministry of Labor for job seekers in many government units in North Sharqiya Governorate. 385 male and female citizens from the governorate competed to occupy 54 job vacancies in various government bodies at the levels of bachelor, higher diploma and general education diploma. The tests were carried out through electronic system. The applicants will be assessed electronically and the results will appear immediately after the tests and interviews. The national vaccination campaign for school students above 12 years old continues this time in the governorate of Al-Dhahira as per the timeline set by the government. In an orderly and organized fashion, students and other targeted individuals visited the vaccination centers in the governorate to receive their doses of the COVID-19 vaccine. The World Health Organization Regional Manager for Eastern Mediterranean region visited the vaccination centers in the governorate and applauded the level of organization and the availability of the vaccine. Over 17,000 students visiting 19 vaccination centers in the governorate are expected to receive their vaccination in the coming days. Meanwhile, citizens qualified for the second dose in the governorate are heading to the vaccination centers after taking an appointment using Tarasud Plus application. You are with the Sultanate of Oman television, and yet to come in our news bulletin, a wildfire in northeastern Siberia burned down dozens of homes in several villages. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Voltamp Transformers Company, a subsidiary of the Voltamp Energy Group, has signed an agreement to manufacture and supply a 500 MVA 400 kV transformer with Bahwan Engineering Company for use in the Oman Electricity Transmission Company's network. The manufacture of this category of transformers is the first of its kind in the Sultanate and the region. The agreement comes within the framework of the contributions made by the Oman Electricity Transmission Company in strengthening the fundamentals of infrastructure and supporting the energy industry sector. Oman oil price October 2021 delivery reached $68 and 87 cents per barrel. According to Dubai Mercantile Exchange, Oman oil price rose by $1 and 54 cents. The average price of Oman oil August 2021 delivery reached $71.66 per barrel, thus $5.26 higher than price of July 2021 delivery. International Committee of the Red Cross ICRC has said the intensifying conflict in Afghanistan has led to an increase in the number of civilian casualties. The ICRC said that its staff has treated more than 4,000 Afghans this month in their 15 facilities across the country, including in Helmand and Kandahar, where Afghan and U.S. airstrikes are trying to rein in the Taliban onslaught. The insurgents have captured 5 out of 34 provincial capitals in the country in less than a week. They are now battling the Western-backed government for control of 3 others, including the city of Lashkar Gah, the capital of southern Helmand province, the city of Kandahar, the capital in the neighboring Kandahar province. Australia's Prime Minister Scott Morrison said today that getting developing countries to adopt clean technology was key to avoiding global warming scenarios outlined in the latest Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change report. Morrison told reporters in Canberra that Australia could not ignore the stark fact that the developing world accounts for 2/3 of global emissions, and those emissions were rising. Australia is one of the world's worst greenhouse gas emitters on a per capita measure and has committed to reduce emissions by between 26% and 28% below 2005 levels by 2030. Morrison said Australia had already reduced its emissions by 20% since 2005. Meanwhile, protesters demonstrating for stronger action on climate change today spray-painted Parliament House and the perimeter wall of Morrison's official residence with slogans including one that said "Climate Duty of Care." Russian authorities have evacuated the residents of several villages in northeastern Siberia's Sakha-Yakutia Republic after wildfires burned through dozens of homes. On Saturday, flames destroyed 31 houses and 8 maintenance buildings in Bayaz Kuel village, and about 400 residents were evacuated. Dmitry Berdinikov, the Vice Prime Minister of Yakutia, visited the village and discussed compensation arrangements with local people. In recent years, Russia has recorded high temperatures that many scientists regard as a result of climate change. The hot weather, coupled with the neglect of fire safety rules, has caused a growing number of fires. The forests that cover huge areas of Russia make identifying new fires a challenge. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Sultanate expresses its condolences and sympathy towards Algeria on the victims of wildfires. United States of America hails the Sultan's role in solving the Yemeni crisis. And 385 male and female citizens compete for a number of government job vacancies in the governorate of North Sharqiya. With that, we come to an end of tonight's news bulletin. May Allah the Almighty shower His blessings to you all. A happy new Hijri year. From all of us here in the studio and newsroom, we say good night to you all.